You already had a difficult environment. You have an enormous number of employees, an enormous number of merchant partners, all of which need to be brought into the fold, not just in terms of activity, but in terms of just buy-in to the whole process. And now you have a whole entire different set of stakeholders in that process. And I don't wish to be sceptical, but I'm just saying it's a tough task. And one would not be surprised if the agenda were put back from 2030 a little bit. So how was that first year with Gojek, and do you think you can stick to that agenda?
Short answer is yes. I mean, we're committed to sticking to the agenda. The priorities remain the same, although, of course, the application of each of the 3 zero commitments is going to differ for each of the different business lines that we have. But, I think our unique kind of differentiator, between ourselves and others is that we have an incredibly supportive and committed leadership team. We are a relatively young company with a relatively young leadership as well. My job is all the much more easier because I don't have to convince everybody that, climate change is a real issue, that it's something we have to respond to urgently, or the same thing with responding to wealth disparity in this region and in this market. So these are all kinds of issues that have always been top of mind for the leadership. And as such, I've been provided with all the support, resources, and commitments needed to be able to push this over the line for us as a company.
How much fundamental change will it require within the 2 companies to deliver the agenda?
Significant change, significant investments, significant amount of resources. There's serious blood, sweat, and tears going into this across all the different companies in our group. But it's all, in with the right spirit and mission, I think. On top of everything that we're doing, we're making sure that we, as I mentioned before, using investor-grade data that is auditable and assurable, and that we are transparent about our progress, as well as our learnings, because we're not going to hit it 100% every single time. Yourself very well, Timur, that some of the targets that we've set might seem a little bit out of reach, but we wanted to be as ambitious as possible. And of course, working with the right external, impartial stakeholders to make sure that we are on the right path and that we are doing things as best as possible in line with global standards and expectations.